Hey, everybody.
Hi, you're watching the Honey Guess What podcast. You're watching and listening.
Watching and listening for the first time. So this is episode 2.2. We are kicking off our first live one, and hopefully not the last.
We're kind of excited about this.
It's kind of exciting.
If you're listening later on one of our other platforms, what we did is we decided to do this simultaneously, record ourselves, and do it live on Facebook so that people could interact with us. So if you hear us answering questions or responding to people that you don't hear, that's what we're doing.
We're lots of key clicking, maybe.
Yeah, maybe some key clicking. We're going to do our best to not go clackety clack in your ears all night, but
yeah. So hopefully you guys enjoy what we've got prepared. Maybe should we wait like a couple, or do we want to just jump right in?
I mean, we'll just jump right in because we're recording it. So
that's true. Yeah. Okay.
As people come on, they can always watch it later. It will be available here on our Facebook page, which is just the Honey Guess What podcast here on Facebook.
All right.
And you can watch it later too. If you listen to us on a different thing, you can come find us on Facebook and see our beautiful faces.
Yes.
At 9:30 at night. I literally just put on makeup for you people. That's how much I love you.
But I did come prepared.
Me too, but mine's in a cup.
Yes.
Cheers. We even drink in unison. We're adorable.
Something like that. Adorable, codependent, either
Same
one.
thing.
Same thing. So I think you're gonna go first this time.
Yes, if that's okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I guess I'm just gonna jump right in. So, little SAT fun for you.
Oh no.
Candy corn is to Halloween as blank is to Easter.
Stop. Oh, I was not ready for. Okay, hold on. You gotta start over.
Candy corn is to Halloween as blank is to Easter.
Easter eggs as candy corn is to Halloween. Something that people don't like. Or I hope it's Cadbury cream eggs.
It's not.
Okay, so it's not Cadbury cream eggs. Jelly beans?
Jelly beans would be a good answer, but it's not what I focused on tonight.
Okay. Candy corn.
Oh man, I stumped you good.
Is it it's just like Reese's eggs? Like the...
No, you're not thinking of it because you actually don't like this.
Oh, Peeps.
Peeps.
Okay, there we go.
Peeps.
Yeah. Thanks, Jess. Good job.
Oh, see, I knew it wasn't that hard.
No.
So that's what I'm going to talk to you about tonight, Peeps.
Peeps.
So I was inspired because the other day, when I was doing some actually important shopping, social distancing, all the smart things, while I was doing some actual important shopping, I purchased a package of Peeps and ate them by myself in the car.
She had to. Because the kids can't have it, and I don't like it. It would have been
peep eating.
It would have been totally fine if you brought it in. You know that, right?
I know, but the kids would have been like, "I want candy too," and
okay.
You would have been like, "Why are you eating Peeps at 9 o'clock in the morning?"
That is a life choice.
Yeah, really I ate the whole sleeve too. I don't even regret it.
Okay.
They were purple and they were delicious.
You're a purple people eater?
I'm a purple peep eater. Ha ha, you're funny.
Nailed it.
So, how much do you know about Peeps?
Probably more than I need to. So, let's see. I know they're made of marshmallow.
Yep.
And I know they are covered in usually food dye and sugar. I know that they grow in the microwave.
That's also true.
And I know that they get stale really easily and taste not my favorite thing.
Fair enough.
Hot take, Peeps are bad. So
I actually enjoy Peeps a lot. And
I know.
So I was going to say this later, but I'm going to, because you mentioned it. According to Just Born, which is the company that owns Peeps and has for a very long time, about 25 to 30% of consumers prefer to eat them stale.
Prefer it?
Prefer them stale. I think it's an acquired taste. As a child, I wasn't allowed to eat an entire sleeve because, parents. And
Stupid parents.
Stupid parents.
God, they're the worst.
So you would have to eat some of them stale. Mom wasn't going to let you waste a Ziploc bag on 3 little marshmallow chicks.
Right.
So I had to eat the last couple stale, but I think they have
So it makes me
a
wonder.
different bite to them.
Makes me wonder. Do people like stale Peeps because they're actually better that way, or do they like it because it reminds them of childhood? Because that's the only time they got to eat them is because when they were stale.
I don't know. I feel like you're shrinking my head
I
a little bit.
totally am right now.
Anyway, so Peeps began in a tiny little candy shop in Lancaster, Pennsylvania,
Okay.
in the early 1950s.
Okay.
They were made by hand as a specialty item.
I can see that.
In the back of this little candy shop. It took 27 hours from start to finish to create Peeps.
That seems like a waste of time.
Well, because they were hand-piped marshmallow and it had to dry.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's not like somebody was standing over them for 27 hours, like 27-hour process.
Of course, yeah. It's like brewing beer. You know, it doesn't take like 6 months of stirring it.
Right.
Yeah, I get that.
But 27 hours to produce a single Peep. So it was considered a specialty item. It's something they did just at Easter time. The company Just Born, the man who ran the company, started the company, went in there initially because he wanted to purchase their jelly bean recipe at Easter.
Okay.
And discovered them making these marshmallow Peeps in the back and realized that he could come up with a more mechanized.
You got there.
Mechanized way of making them.
Have another drink.
Yeah, right. So a more mechanized way of making them. So he ended up buying out that product as well in 1954.
Okay.
Soon after he purchased the rights to them and started making them, he removed the wings. So original Peeps had little wings.
Oh man.
There's a joke that like he clipped them.
Yeah.
He removed the wings because it made production faster to just not have wings.
They probably looked a lot like those those takeout ducks or geese that you see in movies and stuff.
Oh, like made out of tinfoil?
Yeah, they probably looked like that.
Probably. So they were able to start making them in 6 minutes from start to finish. Within a couple of years, like 6 minutes.
From 27 hours to 6
minutes.
Maybe they tasted way different back then,
I would assume
too.
any type of handmade candy tastes
Sure.
different.
Okay, all right.
A side note, the company Just Born got its name because the guy who owned it, I can't remember his name, Sam something, but...
Sam Just Born.
No, stop. He would often put on display in the front window brand new types of candy and call them Just Born, and he'd have them displayed against the window like newborn babies, displayed at the window.
That's kind of cute.
Okay, so by 2010, they were being produced in a half dozen different colors and many different shapes. Some shapes, including the bunnies, date all the way back to the 1960s. So if someone says to you, I remember when Peeps were just chicks, we didn't have any of these weird shapes. I'm assuming it's a curmudgeonly old man or something, I don't know.
Or me.
Or you. You're our resident curmudgeon.
Yes.
They're wrong. There were bunnies as far back as the 1960s.
I wonder if it was like a regional thing.
Well, it was all pretty regional in the beginning, but
sure. Okay.
Beyond the namesake chicks, other shapes and now even other flavors have been produced. When I bought my clandestine purple Peeps,
They're clandestine purple Peeps now. Getting fancier and fancier by the minute.
When I purchased my Peeps, there were birthday cake flavored Peeps near them and chocolate covered Peeps now.
I might be able to try those.
And there's also, they've just recently introduced mini Peeps, and they're like smaller, and they'll be produced in the chick shape year round. So right now they just do shapes based on the seasons.
Okay.
But mini Peeps chicks will be available year round. Other product lines have been developed, including flavored lip glosses, plushes, jewelry, clothing items, and even bedding. Around Easter time each year, approximately 600 million Peeps are produced.
Wow, that's a lot.
And to give you an idea, so 600 million are produced for Easter. about 1 billion are produced each year. So really, that big chunk of when they're produced is Easter time.
Right. So they're sold year round.
Yeah, you've seen Peeps Ghosts and Peeps Pumpkins and
All right, yeah.
Peeps Trees.
I guess I always just only associate it with Easter, but yeah. It
Yeah,
makes
but
sense.
they
I've
make
seen
them
all those.
now for year round. So.
Okay. I'm
again, that started early too. While I was doing my research, I came across an ad from 1977, and there were pumpkins and trees and bunnies, or no, not trees, maybe ghosts, something on that one.
Free marketing idea for Justborn still makes them?
Yeah, Justborn still makes them.
Free marketing idea for Justborn. Make a deal with Beanie Babies, and you stuff your Peeps inside Beanie Babies as like the surprise eggs. And then you have like
Dan, that's like you be quiet.
Listen, no. You know me in mashups. Like I love mashups.
I'm gonna interrupt your whole thing so much.
Good.
Good.
Fine. Drinking wine.
A perfect peep is graded on 3 criteria.
Wait, they're graded?
Eye placement. So you mentioned that they were marshmallow with sugar on the outside. The eyes are actually made of an edible wax.
Okay.
The little brown eyes on them.
Yeah.
And so a perfect peep would have, appropriate matching eyes. But often you'll find them in packaging with like wonky eyes.
Yeah.
So
they need love too, though.
Right. The second criteria is a pointed tail. So when the tail is piped by the machine, it should come to kind of a perfect point, not like a squiggly or a like swoop or a droopy. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So the pointiness of the tail, and then finally the curve of the beak. So the beak is meant to be like curved down and kind of go under. Occasionally they're like stuck to their faces or like mushed or whatever. So those are the 3 criteria on grading your perfect peep. Here's something that might interest you. There's an annual peep eating contest.
Oh no.
Every year in National Harbor, Maryland, where there's a storefront. I'm loving all the love, guys. Thank you for all the love emojis and like emojis.
I think that's Gavin. He's going crazy.
Oh, thanks,
hey, Gavin. Good to see you in a while. Haven't seen you in a while, man.
Okay, so in National Harbor, Maryland, there's a peeps eating contest every year. I couldn't find the winner for last year, but in 2017, the winner was Matt Stoney. He ate 255 peeps in 5 minutes.
What? I mean, at that point, I think you're just like smushing them together and shoving them in.
Like, yeah, and I'm sure they get water, just like the Coney Island hot dog.
Oh.
Well, you would need to, otherwise.
No, but now I'm doing the sense memory thing where like I'm like imagining like a slimy wet peep, because they don't stay like when they get wet they get slimy.
So your memories of peeps are like
traumatic,
and my memories of peeps are like
I've been traumatized by peeps. I don't know why.
I mean, I can probably attribute several cavities to peeps. I love me some peeps.
What?
Cavities.
That is not what you meant.
Oh my god. I meant dental cavities.
Wow.
Daniel Lewis. No more wine during our podcast.
Kidding, wine will make it better.
Okay, next. Several papers around the country, newspapers, hold Peeps diorama contests. If you are not familiar with a Peeps diorama contest, I want you to click open another tab. I want you to go away right now and look them up. No, don't do that. We really want listeners. But seriously, like, write a note, stick it to your forehead, go look up Peeps diorama contests. They are amazing. People are super creative. There's like historical themed ones and education themed ones, and like there's all different themes. Google Peeps diorama contest. You're welcome. Okay.
I'm imagining like a butter sculpture, but like way more.
So a diorama, is like in a shoebox, so they're not huge.
Oh, okay.
But impressive.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Wildly impressive. So the Post Standard, which is the paper in Syracuse, New York, they didn't do a contest themselves, as far as I know, but they were showing pictures of ones that were being on display at the Everson.
Okay.
A few years back, and I was just so impressed, but I couldn't bring myself to make one. I can't glue Peeps to cardboard. I want to eat them.
Okay. I'm not artistic enough to do it, so.
But you wouldn't have a
But I
problem
wouldn't have a
gluing
problem
them to
doing it,
cardboard,
so.
so
Yeah.
maybe my design aesthetic and your ability to glue them and not eat them, we could get one done.
Maybe.
It might be a challenge for us.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Alright.
I have one last thing to tell you.
One.
It's
Okay.
probably the most amazing thing yet.
I'm ready.
Just for the record, I got most of this information from Wikipedia, some of it from the Just Born website, and some of it from, there was like a USA Today bit on like 6 things you didn't know about Peeps. Okay?
Yeah.
But here's my last little nugget of awesomeness.
Mm-hmm.
I looked up some recipes that use Peeps.
Okay.
And my favorite is Peepshi.
What?
To make Peepshi, cut a Rice Krispie treat in half, place a peep on top, wrap the whole thing in a piece of fruit by the foot,
Oh my goodness.
and you now have Peepshi.
Oh.
Uh,
Thanks, I hate it.
I think it's fabulous.
Oh, man.
I mean, I didn't tell you about the recipes that had peeps on pizza, like literal peeps on pizza. So, yeah, I know, all those people out there hating on pineapple.
Man,
There
yeah.
are people who will put peeps on pizza for you.
All right, well, okay, I mean, the Peepshi is a bit creative. I'll give it that. Like, it's
yeah,
creative.
it would be fun for like a kid's part or something, sure.
Yeah, it would. So. Well, thanks.
I thoroughly discussed it and educated you.
I wouldn't say thorough. There was definitely the part about the. I'm not even going to revisit it. I'm not even going to go there. No, that's burying that way down deep. So, what we're going to do, normally this is the time when we will pause for an ad break, and so we're going to do that right now.
So now it's your turn.
Now it's my turn. I didn't do any, quote, research for this, which will surprise a lot of our listeners.
I don't know if they noticed, but I had notes. Like, I took
Right,
notes
exactly.
with a pencil.
But I'm not doing this completely on my own. I do have a resource that I'm going to be reading from. It's a really funny book that I was given for Christmas from my in-laws. Thank you. It is right here. Ba-ba! Uncle John's new improved briefs, fast facts, terse trivia, and astute articles. So that is the book that the information
Isn't it
is
like
coming from.
literally supposed to be like a bathroom book?
Yeah, it's like a it's like a bathroom, like quick, like, trivia knowledge and silly things that are entertaining. And I was like, hey, I was looking through that and I saw something that I really wanted to do. So we are a couple weeks now out from St. Patrick's Day.
Did you just say that with like a little bit of an Irish accent?
I tried. I tried.
Oh, okay. That's what that was.
That's
Got
what
it.
that was. So we're a couple weeks out from St. Patrick's Day, and
we're like right in between St. Patrick's Day and Easter.
Yeah, we are.
So if you're going to talk about St. Patrick's Day and I talked about Easter, this was the perfect week.
This is great. So
I love that we do things like that without even planning it.
Yeah, it's strange. People are probably going to accuse us of planning it. We
don't plan anything.
We don't plan anything. It probably should be obvious by now that we don't plan anything. So, something that I wanted to do, though, is to highlight something that I don't think we give enough credit to the Irish people for at all. We're going to class this up a bit. That's part of the reason why I'm drinking wine. It's not an Irish wine. I don't even know if that's a thing. But anyway, digress. We're going to class this up a little bit. I'm going to read some poetic Irish statements and verses. How's that?
I don't trust you at all.
What do you mean? Does this not look like a guaranteed, very reliable source of class? I don't know what you're worried about. All right, so we're just going to get into it.
Carry on.
So, there actually is a really, there's obviously, the stereotype, whether you buy into it or not, is that Irish people, I don't know if you've heard, allegedly they like to drink.
I've heard.
you maybe have heard that.
Yeah.
So part of something that comes out of that is a lot of really beautiful toasts to people. Okay?
Sure.
They're beautiful. What are you talking about? Why the skepticism? God.
I literally am just remembering the toast that Owen gave on New Year's.
Yeah.
So our then 5-year-old, almost 6-year-old, is probably as articulate as a drunk Irishman.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was pretty hilarious.
All right, so I'm going to start with one that is probably fairly well known, or at least part of it. Should I do an accent? Should I try that?
Please don't.
I want
There's
to,
no way it won't be offensive. Please don't.
but I'm actually part Irish. It's not offensive. If I'm technically, you know what? It actually probably would be anyway. I'd find a way. So, um, may you have food and clothing, a soft pillow for your head. May you be 40 years in heaven before the devil knows you're dead.
Nice.
See, that's kind of nice, right?
Sure.
Right. All right. For every wound a balm, for every sorrow a cheer, for every storm a calm, for every thirst a beer.
I like that
That's
one.
a good one, right?
That's a great
That's
one.
a great
That
toast.
would make like a great sign for like a man cave or like a bar.
It would be really great. Okay. I'm not going to read all of these. May the roof above us never fall in, and may we friends gathered below never fall out. I probably butchered that.
It was lovely.
It was lovely.
We're gonna go on to the next.
We're just going to move on. Here's health and prosperity to you and all your posterity, and them that doesn't drink with sincerity, that they may be damned for all eternity. Yeah. Here's one that I think.
I want to like Heidi-Dighty you. Like I just.
I think, all right. Here we go.
Well, at least cheers.
Cheers. Gentlemen, start your livers.
Oh, see, I like that.
Yeah.
It's quick to the point.
Yeah, it's good.
Good joke. Like that one.
Yep.
Toast to Jess.
Here we go.
Nice.
Thanks, Jess. Old wood to burn, old books to read, old wine to drink, old friends to trust. So that's a good one too, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do one more of the really nice ones. May the people who dance on your grave get cramps in their legs. Beautiful.
I mean,
that's really great.
I mean, there's like so much shade in every direction on that one.
It's so good. I'm gonna do another one.
Okay.
Health and long life to you. The woman of your choice to you. A child every year to you. Land without rent to you. And may you die in Ireland. Apparently, if that's a toast, a good thing. These are all good things. Okay.
Child every year to you. No thanks.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Right. That's the one that caught me. I was like,
good.
all the other ones.
I mean, fertility, virility. Like, I get the sentiment.
There's a romanticism to it.
Sure.
There's also a pain to it.
Yeah, I ain't having a baby a year. No thanks.
No. And yeah. So, the next, just as important to people you toast, people you might curse.
Sure.
Sure.
Sure, I'm down for cursing people.
Yeah. May your daughter's beauty be admired by everyone in the circus.
That's so harsh. It's so harsh.
So good.
No, it's awesome, but it's super harsh.
Oh. May the devil cut the head off you and make a day's work of your neck.
That's mean.
That's what I'm saying.
That's like Shakespearean of an insult.
Yes,
That's
it
a
is.
good one.
Yes, it is.
That's a good one.
May I live just long enough to bury you.
Yep.
Yeah. Where's another good one here? May the 7 terriers of hell sit on the spool of your breast and bark in at your soul case.
Wow.
Yeah. These aren't reserved just for, like, somebody who cut you off in the driving lane. Like, this is real, like, real shade.
I just don't think I can come up with these things like in the heat of the moment. Like,
No,
I would be like,
these,
seriously though, like somebody makes you so angry and you like want to curse them to hell. Like pretty much you're like, go to hell.
well, that's why you keep the good ones of these and you keep them in your pocket, because who can respond to
Because
any of
I'd be
these?
fishing in my pocket and be like, here, can you hold my cough drop while I come up with a good insult for you?
Here we go. Here's a good one. May you be transformed into a chandelier, to hang by day and burn by night.
Dang.
Yeah. Whew. This one may be a little too close to home. May you win a lottery and spend it all on doctors.
That was not a nice one.
No. No.
Not nice. Not nice.
Yeah, that is a thinker. Like, oof.
She may have meant it about the one before too.
Maybe.
There's a little bit of a lag, but yeah.
May you go stone blind so that you can't tell your wife from a haystack.
That's super shade. Ay, ay, ay.
Let's see. May you have devoted children to chase the flies off your nose. Nope. And I'm going to do one more here. This one's a little bit longer, but it's a good one.
And please all remember that Dan doesn't mean any of these personally.
Absolutely not.
Anybody
Absolutely
joining
not.
Right now, he's not cursing you.
No. People who are just jumping in, like, this is yeah. These are Irish sayings.
Oh wait. Emily says, "May your heart always be full and your glass never be empty."
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
that's nice. A nice one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Daniel's currently reading terrible ones.
I read nice ones before.
Yes,
and
but now we get to hear some curses.
Down, May those who love us, and those who don't love us, may God turn their hearts. And if he cannot turn their hearts, may he turn their ankles, so we'll know them by their limping.
Ouch.
So yeah, that's the bit that I got. Some beautiful Irish poetry that you can keep, and next St. Patrick's Day, when we're able to celebrate again, you can bust that out and impress all your friends.
So good things to say to your friends in the bar, and
yes.
bad things to say to the jerks on the street.
Right, and I won't tell you which one's which. You get to choose. I'm leaving that completely up to you. Okay? So, there you go.
Looks like this is going to be one of our shorter episodes. Neither of us came up with anything super heavy to talk about.
No, but I don't think any of us wanted to.
No, we really are trying to keep things light in this time and keep you guys entertained and happy and laughing and all of that. So we hope you'll join us again next week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we'll go live again then. We will try to go live a couple more times this season, though. We are trying to make season 2 a little more dynamic and zippy.
So follow us on Facebook. Follow us on YouTube.
Our YouTube channel is a little bit behind. I don't think we've added the last episode.
No, last one's not up.
Season 2 is not up yet on YouTube, but it will be shortly.
Yes.
So
SoundCloud, Spotify,
Google Podcasts,
Apple Podcasts. Those are the big ones.
Mm-hmm.
You can find us on there. And if anybody wants to chat with us for a little bit, we'll stick around if you want.
We're going to end our recorded podcast.
Yeah.
So this part that's coming next will not be on the podcast that you can hear elsewhere.
Have another drink. Right?
Yeah, right. So
you're behind.
But for those of you who are joining us live tonight, we'd love to do a little Q&A. Maybe we can get Dan to do an impression or two. Put him on the spot. He loves that. I mean, I barely got him to agree to do a live tonight without any pre-planning.
She had to do it over text. So that should tell you she knows.
I do.
Uh,
I do.
she
I do know
tells
how to work you.
if she tells me in person, she'll be hit with the backlash from the eye roll. So she knows to go over text. So
Yeah.
yeah, if you're listening to us on one of our audio formats, now's a good time to go over and check out our Facebook page. You can catch the Q&A session that was at the end of this, which was an additional 30 minutes of content.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's like makes this episode twice as long. If you'd like to hear more, definitely go check us out on Facebook. It's the Honey Guess What podcast on Facebook.
Thank you. Take care.